Hello, everyone. Welcome to your third physics class. Today's big goals are to figure out how proportional reasoning works, outline how physicists study the world. We're going to be using Nearpod as how to do this whole thing, so all the things you need for this lesson are embedded in this Nearpod. Right? And at the end of class, we'll make a list of resources available to help you in physics. Now, before we get to today's objectives, we had a request to go over homework B. Now, just for your reference, the way I do homework is as long as you've tried every problem, like to the best of your ability, you always get credit, even if it's not 100% right the first time. That way, I can see that you're improving and that you're trying your best, and I'm not penalizing you for not getting the problem right on day one. So, I made this video to help you go over homework B. You can have that out with you as you go over this video. Afterwards, there will also be a key posted to Google Drive, so you can review the whole assignment if you want.
Hi everyone, Mrs. Basega here, and I had a request to go over homework B. So I'm going to go over 4 problems from this homework assignment. Follow along with me and you can check your work. Hey, the other way you can check your work is at the end of the problem. I always include the numerical solution. If you get this answer at the end, you're probably on the right track, and that's a good thing. So let's try this problem. A cube with a side length of 2. Side length symbol is S, so I'm going to write S equals 2. Has a mass of 20 grams. M equals 20. Calculate the volume of the cube. Volume is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to put like a little question mark or a box around it so I know. That's my knowns and unknowns in that step 1. Step 2, I have to pick which equation to use. Both of these have volume in it, so I could use either. But I don't know the density, so I can't solve this problem. I'd be trying to solve for V, but I would be missing both other, I wouldn't have enough. I wouldn't have this number. I only have enough to solve it with this one. I know what S is, and I can use that to find V. So I did my knowns and unknowns. Next, I write down the equation. The equation I chose is V is equal to S cubed. S is just the number 2. So 2 times 2 times 2, cubed means multiply 3 times, gives me 8. So my volume is 8 centimeters cubed. I don't usually take off points for units unless it's really, really specific, like we have that unit as a vocab word. So if you don't understand where the centimeters cubed comes from, no big deal. Think of it as like I'm doing 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters. That's 3, so centimeters cubed is my unit. Now it says calculate the density. That means my unknown is D, density. And hey, I can eliminate an equation right now. If I need to solve for D, my equation has to have D in it. So it can't be that. I have to use this equation. I can write it down right now. And I see that I have a mass. So 50 grams is a mass. And a volume of 10. Even if you didn't know that grams went with mass, it says volume is 10, so this other number must be M. I always give you enough numbers to solve the problem, even though sometimes they give you more than you need. So this is my knowns and unknowns. This is my equation in the original form. Now substitute. Density equals 50 over 10, and that is 5. To get grams per milliliter, think I'm doing 50 grams divided by 10 milliliters to get my units. And just to check, if your number at the end matches mine, it means you're on the right track. On the back page, I have a constant velocity equation and a constant acceleration equation. Both have accelerations and velocities in there, but they have different qualities. So this one says, calculate the acceleration. Acceleration is my unknown. Well, that means I have to use the equation on the right, because that's the only one that has acceleration in it. So let's see, the initial velocity is 0, so that's VI is 0. The final velocity is 27. And the time is 2.6 seconds. That's pretty fast. My car to do this is approximately 10 seconds. And by the way, 27 meters per second is approximately like 60 something miles an hour. So think this goes from 0 to 60-ish in under 3 seconds. Okay. Now we have our knowns and unknowns, our equation in the original form. Let's substitute. That's 27 equals 0 plus, I'm just going to leave this as A because that's what I'm looking for, and T is 2.6. I'm going to subtract the 0 to the other side. And if you're funny here, like this is just order of operations, it's multiplying. Oh, we'll move it up so you can see it. And if you're funny about the order here, I switched 2.6 and A because it's multiplying. It doesn't matter in what order I evaluate that. So this says 27 equals 2.6A. To get A by itself, I'm going to divide by 2.6 on both sides to get A. When I substitute this into my calculator, that's 10.4. And the units, it's meters per second over seconds. Here's the last one I'll do with you guys, because this one is the tricky one. And it involves evaluating both equations side by side. So two cars are traveling down the road. One is constant velocity, so it's going to use this equation. It travels a distance of 1,000 meters in a time of 15 seconds. So I've got my knowns and unknowns. I've got my equation in the original form. Then I substitute and solve. This ends up being something like 6.67 meters on top, divided by seconds in the denominator, about, 66.7 meters per second, which is, by the way, really, really fast. Car B is accelerating, so I'm going to use the other equation. I'm going to write its equation down exactly in the form it was given. Guys, you get a point for just writing down the equation in the form that it was given. Don't miss that point. We know that it starts from rest, so that's VI is 0. The acceleration is 4, so A equals 4. And T is 15 seconds. So substituting, that's 0 equals 4 times 15, or 60 meters per second. Car A is traveling faster than car B. All the other questions you can see on the answer key. Answer key will be posted probably Monday so that people who have this homework due Monday can check their work then.
Great. Now on to the new stuff for today. When you get to the next video, this is going to be teaching you how to do the proportional thinking. Let's get started.